Hello, my name is Greg Cassetti. I am currently a student at Jones Technical Institute in Jacksonville, Florida, studying to become a diesel technician. Today I'm going to bring you a video submission that is part of my training at Alright, today we're going to show you the basics of soldering a wire. So here we have a soldering gun. It's a nice Weller model that we keep here at JTech. Here you can see I have our 6040 rosin core solder that we'll be using. And we've got a wooden block to help insulate the table from the heat of the soldering gun. A pair of wire strippers are needed. And here's our wire that we will be soldering on today. Don't forget to have heat shrink to re-insulate your wire once the repair is finished. Speaking of insulation, it's time to get rid of this insulation on the wire. You can see I'm using a twisting technique along with the wire strippers to help completely cut the insulation and leave as much copper wire core there. Now we're going to take the copper core, we're going to spread it apart a little bit. This is going to help whenever we twist the wire together. You should have a conical shape, much like that. Now we're going to take the other side and we're going to spread it apart as well. Take the two ends and we're going to push them together until both sides of the remaining insulation are fairly close, if not meeting. Now we're going to take and give it a little twist. The next step, once we have a good twist, is to pull them apart until the ends of the wire are past the insulation and finish our twist. There we go. Don't forget, you need to put a piece of heat shrink on the wire, otherwise you got to take the wire apart again. Now, with our wire together and enough adequate heat shrink to re-insulate the wire, it's time to get soldering. Take your soldering gun and position it underneath the wires to be soldered. This will help with heat transfer up through the wire and will allow the solder to melt down through the wire and provide the best connection possible. Pull out the solder that you need and activate the gun. Now this does take some time and the wire might move a bit, so here you're going to see me put the pliers back onto the wire to hold it still. Now once the wire is heated up enough, you're just going to place the solder on to the wire, not the tip of the soldering gun, and gently trace down the length of the exposed wire. You want the solder to melt down through and also wick through the wire. Now here we're just inspecting our work. You want to check all the sides. Take a look at that. Now you want to check on both sides of the joint that you've soldered. See if they are stiff. If so, congratulations, you have had the solder wick down through the wire as needed. The last step is we're going to move our heat shrink up. We're going to re-insulate this wire. So now using a heat gun such as the one I have here, with both a high and low setting, we're going to go ahead and shrink our heat shrink onto the wire. So go ahead and turn the heat gun on. We want to use the low setting because the high setting can be very, very powerful. And just wave it back and forth, evenly shrinking the heat wrap down. There we have it. Looks great.